Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we have this brand new 2026 Mustang EcoBoost. So I did a few videos on a dark horse, I did a GT with a manual. Now we're going to change it up. We got the Mustang EcoBoost this time. This is in iconic silver. Just going to check it out. So the EcoBoost does have its own unique grille in the front. It is matte colored. The GTs, it is gloss black. We got the LED projector headlights. So you guys can see it kind of fits the silver with the brighter colored wheels. This one is an EcoBoost Premium with the 201A package, so it's pretty loaded up. The spoiler is actually a extra cost option now. It's not standard like it used to be. So the spoiler costs extra. This one does have the active valve exhaust for $1,200. We'll go over that a little bit later. You can see it just has a little pony badge in the back. Obviously the LED taillights and everything. This one has two 65s all around because it does have the upgraded 20s. You got the turn signal on the mirror, which I'm surprised they kept that because they kind of decontent a lot of stuff throughout the years. So guys, one thing, you know, obviously I work at a Ford dealership, but I'm going to be honest with you guys about everything. This is really embarrassing. So it does not even have remote start. So this is a $40-some-odd thousand EcoBoost Premium 201A package. And at the start of the video, I was just expecting it to have remote start. So I kept clicking this. It's the freaking trunk button. It doesn't have remote start, which is absolutely insane. But let's go ahead and check out the inside here. So it is keyless access. So you just walk up and open the door. So this one being the 201A package, it has the upgraded leather seats. They are heated and cooled. They're powered as well. No Mustang sill plate. They don't have the light up sill plate anymore. I'm not sure if they have the Mustang pony projection light. I can't tell because it's not nighttime. I think they might still have it. Hopefully they still have it. Soft touch up here, obviously being a premium. You got the nice leather material right here. Memory seats on this one. This one does have the upgraded B&O sound system. And this one has an upgraded leather steering wheel because it is the premium 201A package. So yes, for 2026, you can get a premium that still has the split screen for some reason. I don't know why they made that decision, but they did. Does have your buttons down here, like your auto start stop, the pony mode, traction control, all that good stuff. 2 USBs, 10-speed automatic is the only option for the EcoBoost now. So for manual fans, unfortunately, you're stuck with the automatic. But, you know, it is an EcoBoost at the end of the day. Usually, if people are really trying to be like an enthusiast, they'd get the GT with the manual. No ambient lighting in the cup holders anymore. No light in the center console anymore, but you do have a 12 volt in there. No light in the glove box either. Mustang badge. These screens are really nice in HD. They look nice. Wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. This one does have the adaptive cruise control, all that good stuff. One change that they did for the better was that they made this mirror more adjustable. So unfortunately, it's not an auto dimming rear view mirror, but since it's not as bulky as the previous one, you can actually adjust it more. So someone tall like me can actually still see instead of it getting stuck on all this plastic up here. LED interior lighting, black headliner, which is nice. Back seats, not much to see there. Back seats in a Mustang are not very usable. But other than that, I mean, there's not too much to see on the inside here. It's the same S650 we all know. Electronic parking brake on this one. No drift brake or anything like that. And then one thing that's kind of weird as well is it's the Prindle. It doesn't go to S. So you only have low. But you do have sport mode on the steering wheel, which I can show you guys that real quick. So you can go to sport mode on the steering wheel, right? Go to the drive mode. But you don't have S anymore. And yes, this is an EcoBoost Premium 201A package, $46,000. And it does not have paddle shifters, which is absolutely insane. But, you know, like I said, Ford's been doing some weird stuff. They kind of decontent the cars and bothers the crap out of me, but I don't know. I guess they have their reasoning for doing it. But before we take this for a spin, let's go ahead and check underneath the hood. All right, checking under the hood, we do have hood struts, which is nice. This is the 2.3 liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine. It does have 315 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. If you do premium gas, lots of room around the engine because obviously this engine bay is set up to have a V8 in it. So there's tons of working room. They did kind of change the design a little bit on like the intake and stuff, and I'm talking about S650 and up, not 2026. But yeah, they changed it up just a little bit. But we're gonna see how it runs after we get an exhaust clip. I hope you guys got a good exhaust clip here. Now obviously it's an EcoBoost, it's a 4-cylinder turbo. It's not going to be as loud or sound as good as the GT, but it's cool that they have that exhaust option for the people that do want the EcoBoost. All right, we are in here. Let's take this baby for a spin. So I got it in, I'll put it in normal exhaust mode for now, and we'll get rocking and rolling here. First things first, right off the bat, steering is very light. I'm sure it's probably in the way that they have the electronic steering tuned, and then also because there's less weight on the front end with having the EcoBoost. So this car actually is slightly more balanced than a GT because it doesn't have that big heavy V8 on the front. Wow, okay, so one big positive, this car gives you a lot of torque and a lot of takeoff in the low end, also without having to step on the gas that much. Like, you barely tap on the gas and the car takes off nice and quick. And we're not even in a sport mode or anything like that. So that part is definitely very appreciated. All right, we're gonna take off now. Yeah, very responsive in the low end. I'm barely tapping on the gas, guys, and it's taken off really nice. Testing out the handling. You can hear a little bit of turbo whistle out there too. I don't know if it comes across the camera, but you can hear a little bit of turbo whistle as well. Brakes feel pretty good. Has a nice feel to the brakes. They're not particularly super strong like the GT brakes are, but they feel all right. All right, let's get on a little bit here. Okay. All right. I mean, that was just a normal mode. It takes off pretty good. Like, you know, it's nothing crazy, of course. It is still an EcoBoost. All right, we're gonna take this corner again. Hold your hats. I can feel the back end wanting to move around a little bit. So this is one of those cars, they have it tuned to where it gives you a lot of the power without having to step on the gas that much. But the trade-off is that when you do step on the gas all the way, it doesn't really accelerate that much faster. So, I mean, they tuned it right for people that don't like to floor their cars. But if you floor it, it doesn't really change all that much. Okay, yeah, the brakes are actually not that good. I'm like, really gotta kind of get on them. These EcoBoosts are not lightweights, but they do feel lighter than the S650 GT. And it has really good torque. Like, you can zoom around town in this car and it feels really good. So let me try our different drive modes here. Let's go into track mode and see how that kind of switches things up. So we got the exhaust in track now. We're gonna take this corner here. It turns in nicely, like it kind of shoots in really quick. Let's take this corner. It was doing some downshifts. Very responsive in terms of the throttle response and everything. Let's try all these brakes again. Yeah, the brakes could use some improvement. it's a lot of fun. Now for the real OGs that watched my channel way back in the day, I doubt there's any of those people left over, but I used to have a Mustang EcoBoost and I made videos on it. Now my Mustang EcoBoost was $31,000, discounted down to like 26. It wasn't 46,000, but I had a lot of fun in that car, and it was a great first car. It was very quick for the other cars that were in the price range. And this car still is. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen that Haggerty video where it's like all the cars 35,000 and less, like when they race each other. This car beat all of them. So this car is pretty quick in terms of like, at least from zero, it takes off really quick. But I'd honestly say a Mark 8 GTI DSG and a Elantra N DCT will beat this car in a roll for sure. They have way more pull once you get going. Like, this car gets good traction, it takes off quick, the gearing is close, but the top end kind of falters on this, whereas those cars, they have better top end. This Trans is interesting with how many gears it has. It does pull good though. And it's funny how these are 265s and they're not even really like gripping. Like, you guys can see the back end is getting a little happy. Helps you round off the corner. Okay, it's pretty fun. I mean, I can see the appeal to this, especially if you get like a base model in like the low 30s. I can see the appeal. It's pretty fun actually. You get rear wheel drive fun. It still has a decent bit of power. It's not going to knock your socks off. Obviously the GT is much faster, you know, at high RPMs. At low speeds, this actually feels quicker than a GT because the GT has like no low end torque. But anyway, we're about to put this car back. If you guys are interested in a Mustang, whether it be this one or whatever, or interested in any vehicle at all, let me know. I sell cars at a Ford dealership, so I'd love to get you guys a great deal. But yeah, let me know what you think of the Mustang EcoBoost in the comments below. Give this video a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.